Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an egregiously amazing day. I hope your day is so good you're like, please stop, I need to go to sleep because too many good things are happening to me. As always, likes, comments, and subscriptions do help out the channel immensely. It brings up my algorithm and allows other people to find my channel. And without further ado, you all know the deal. You know what's going on. The news is always ridiculi. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. For some reason, this happened. I know why. The answer is money. The answer is always money. But it's more of a, should this have happened? There is a new protocol that allows users to create and share digital objects on top of Ethereum. They're called ETHscriptions. If you've been here before since January, this sounds as ridiculous as the first one. A couple of months ago, someone decided that they could write stuff directly on top of the Bitcoin blockchain and or write directly on top of Satoshis, in that you take a Satoshi from the Bitcoin blockchain and you can make an NFT on top of it, you can write a book, you can do whatever you want in the information on top of the Satoshi. We even went over before in weird dystopian news that some Satoshis are now worth more than other Satoshis, and there are some Satoshis people are paying $15,000, $16,000, $20,000 for them. Why, you might ask? Well, people are finding Satoshis that Satoshi himself might have mined and or other people were using around 2010, the earliest ones created. They're putting stuff on, writing stuff on them. And these things are selling for tens of thousands of dollars because that's just where we've gotten to as a world. So now people are doing the exact same thing on top of Ethereum. And instead of calling them something else, they're now calling them ETHscriptions, which is just like, you can't get any more cringe because they can't find a proper word for themselves. It says it's an apparent tip of the hat to Encryptions, a similar project by Ordinals deployed on the Bitcoin network. The Ordinals things made a bit of sense because Bitcoin is inherently slow. The core will always be dramatically slow, and therefore the idea of being able to put things on top of Satoshis allows more data to be able to push through the network as it is slow. However, for Ethereum, this just seems like a weird, gigantic money grab to kind of, and I've said this for years and I'll say it again, and I know that I say that phrase over and over, but I want you to be completely understanding when I say this. Every blockchain is basically exactly the same. I don't care if you disagree. I don't care if you just sucked your teeth. I don't care if you just rolled your eyes. There's a reason why they all do exactly what the other ones do. There's a reason why if it works on A, it works on B, it works on C, it works on D. It's just kind of the same thing. What a lot of people are attached to is the name of a project and literally nothing more. You purchased a coin at some point and convinced yourself that that coin was better than coin X, Y, and Z. And therefore, this is basically all that it comes down to. This is why I keep saying, if we were more unified as a cryptocurrency market, we could have taken over the world. But you get into heated conversations online as to why Cardano is better than Tron, and Tron is better than XRP, and XRP is better than... It's about the team behind them. It's about how good their marketing is. And it's basically about when you got into a project. That's why a lot of people who've been in crypto for a long time only love Bitcoin. A lot of the billionaire investors, remember, they all talk about how amazing Ethereum is. It's because they felt like at the time that they missed the Bitcoin train. Ethereum was 50 cents, so they bought as much Ether as they could, while Bitcoin was several $1,000s. They're all basically the exact same. You can disagree with, people have been disagreeing with me since 2016, 2017, and I've just been lightly proven right every single time. Developed by Tom Lehman, as in the Lehman Brothers, Co-founder, ooh, wouldn't that be like a tinfoil hat thing if he was actually related to them? Co-founder and former CEO of Genius, why not? The project launched on Saturday and saw explosive interest. Nearly 30,000 ETHscriptions were created in less than 18 hours, according to Lehman, who tweeted that the launch was a huge success. Fantastic. ETHscriptions enable non-financial and arbitrary data to be written into the main Ethereum blockchain. Users can inscribe any type of file provided that it is under 96 KB in size, so nothing, according to its creator. However, it currently only allows for images, but that will change in the future, I am absolutely sure. These inscriptions leverage what's known as Ethereum call data, which refers to the data provided within a call. Wow, what? Ethereum call data is data within a call? I would have never gotten that. That is wild. My brain is wow. According to Lehman, the protocol is cheaper and more decentralized than using contract storage. I'm sure, because if it's written directly on the Ethereum, like if you write something in the wall, you know, it's gonna kind of, so cool. This was, as you might have imagined, one of the most popular news stories in the history of humanity. I thought Ethereum being the leader of NFTs was already a lot, but alas, here we are. I assume this was done because people are going to try to make a distinction between Ethereum and Polygon, even though Polygon is on top of Ethereum. People probably want the actual NFTs to be directly on Ethereum, if you will. This is probably why this got started. Look out for ExpressVPN. Look out for Tron. If you've been here since 2017, you know gosh darn well in the next 2 weeks we are going to hear about Tron-scriptions. Anything Ethereum does, Tron also does as well. I mean, cool. These are fantastic. I can't wait to use one. I mean, they'll have some kind of a future use. I'm sure people will put their Apple Vision Pro videos on these or something, and then you can't take them off, and these memories are stuck there forever. So people in like 7,000 years are like, oh my gosh, my great grandfather wrote something on Ethereum, and look how awesome he was. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, that's the not only does Ethereum have normal NFTs, they now have ETHscriptions. So if this plays out anything remotely to how the Bitcoin one was, by mid-July, the next story that we're going to have is how many ETHscriptions there are. By the time we get to August, we're going to hear about it's no longer just images. You can now put the Bible on there. You can put your favorite shoes on there as well. Just a photo so you can remember what your shoes look like when you're 95. And then at some point next year, we're going to hear that Polygon also has polyscriptions, and then people are putting entire movies on there. It just it's just kind of the flow of the mojo. It doesn't make any sense, but you still understood what I said, regardless of the gibberish that I'm saying. That's the ETHscriptions. Whoa, who made these? That's crazy. Lehman Brothers. And yeah, let's move on. I'm sure there's someone out there watching this for the first time and they're like, is this guy okay? Does he need help? No. I mean, maybe. I'm not really actually sure. Anyway, let's move on. Also in the world is weird. So remember last month, 2 weeks ago? I don't remember. The news is that the US SEC filed a lawsuit against US Binance and basically said that they were running an unregistered security free-for-all, yada, 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 or something like that. And then like 12 hours later, there was a news story that said that the Nigerian SEC came forward and banned Binance from their country. And I was like, what? What's the reasoning for this? and they declared that Binance Nigeria was actually illegal. And I was like, I don't remember ever saying the words Binance Nigeria. I didn't even know they launched one. But cool, not in a mean way, but it's not like Nigeria has the largest cryptocurrency market. Like, they're not making moves in our market. So I was like, cool, why not? Binance will be just fine. In what can only be described as kashabra, that's not a word, but it sounds correct. It appears that Binance Nigeria actually has nothing to do with Binance. Apparently, someone literally created in Nigeria a website called Binance Nigeria, and that's the only affiliation, is that someone stole the name of Binance, threw the name Nigeria at the end of it, and that was the website that the SEC in Nigeria actually made illegal. I can't make this up. Like, it is nearly impossible. Why does every single day in this space just not make any actual sense? The news came at the worst possible time for Binance, merely days after the U.S. authorities took Binance U.S. to court over charges of operating an unregistered broker-dealer. Where's the other part? In fact, it turns out that Binance was not aware of the company's existence. According to a spokesperson for the exchange, the entity mentioned in the circular is not affiliated with us. We are therefore seeking clarity from the Nigerian SEC and remain committed to working with them cooperatively on the next steps. Yeah, so it wasn't even real. Someone just made a website called Binance Nigeria, and then the SEC there banned it, and everyone was like, "Oh no, what's going on?" And that's the Binance Nigeria wasn't even real in the first place. I'm glad we got this clarity, though. I do appreciate whenever we actually hear a follow-up to some kind of news, but yeah, this wasn't even real. So that's the Binance news. All right, let's move on. In what's going on? According to reports, the government of Venezuela could be winding down the operations of the Petro. The decision came after Sunacrip, the Venezuelan cryptocurrency watchdog, was set back by the alleged participation of its former head, Yoselit Ramirez, in a potential $20 billion corruption scheme involving the settlement of Venezuelan oil sales. I need to explain something. I know not everyone was here in 2017. So you know how like everyone goes completely insane for El Salvador and how like they were the first country to make cryptocurrency legal tender within the country. And then it was the Central African Republic. I think that's what it was. And everyone was like, woo, so. So if you know, it's time machine here. In the long ago, the first country to make waves and headlines was actually Venezuela. So now still, but also in the long ago, we found out that they're broke. I don't know how to don't got no money. And basically, we started hearing reports that they were going to begin accepting cryptocurrencies as a form of currency. This is 2017, 2018. And this made complete headlines until you dug a little deeper and you realized that corruption exists in the world, and this was probably being done because of corruption. So one of the other major news stories that made major headlines was that for remittances within the country, that is to say money moving in and out, you know, like if you go to Western Union or, you know, whatever, the only ways to get money in and out of Venezuela, so saith the government back then, was through Bitcoin, Litecoin, and I want to say Ether. I know Litecoin was definitely one of them. That was like a, whoa, what's happening over there? And then they also said their normal, you know, paper currency. But then they also announced something called the Petro, literally Petro. It is not a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized and free for you to use around the world. Think, you know, Bitcoin. Anyone can make a wallet. Anyone can join the network. However, this was dramatically different, but at the same time, it was a digital currency, and the media simply conflated the idea of any online numbers that had a money value to them was a crypto. The petro is not a cryptocurrency. So the government then announced there were only 5 ways to get money in and out of the country. It was the paper money, the digital money, and 3 different cryptocurrencies. And this was also like a huge time for the crypto space. We were like, okay, here's the countries that are collapsing are the ones who are beginning to accept and or use these coins. And then you realize that according to reports from inside, things weren't looking too hot. Not only were they broke, but they were like broke. And apparently a lot of the money that was being sent into the country was allegedly being siphoned away by the higher ups within the authority sphere. So now the news is that because of how broke they are, they're now going to try and get rid of or wind down operations with the petro, which no one was using. No one has, and no one was going to use. I think it was meant to be based off of how many barrels of petrol that they actually had. And I think people were even mandated at some point. Like if you wanted to get a passport, you had to use it. And it's like, where do we get it from? Because our currency, their currency, is collapsing. I can't give you a suitcase full of paper money to get a passport. Have to transfer it into a digital currency, which also has no value. And then it's just a load of nonsense. The run of the First Nation issued coin might be close to an end, according to reports from Bloomberg Linea. 3 people linked to Sunacrip. Why does it have that name? The Venezuelan crypto watchdog have stated that the institution has decided to liquidate the petro 5 years after no one's using it. No one, it's like backed. No one's using it. It's just not a platform. It has no basis. It has nothing like actually on it. A lot of their economy was basically based off of the idea, oh, we have petrol, look at so and so, but like they're economically were just completely terrible. So why would anyone, if you didn't do well with your paper currency, you sure as heck are not going to do well with a digital currency that's based off of how many barrels you have. So wonderful. I think this is the point of the movie where someone in that country goes, you know what? We should just simply start using Bitcoin. And then El Salvador, they have a whole conversation and they do volcano cryptocurrency mining and everything works out well. But I don't think that's going to happen. So they're probably going to have some other harebrained scheme that's going to be popping up over the next. If you don't know about what happened to the economy of Venezuela, watch a documentary. It'll be like, whoa, what is going on with the world and people? Back in 2017, the idea of a country adopting crypto and getting into decentralization was like they get it. They're trying to help their citizens and all this other stuff. And then you go, oh no, they're not trying to help anyone but themselves. That's the Venezuela is apparently getting rid of their coin that not one person actually used. So Bitcoin is always an option, but I don't think that's where this story is going to go. Yeah, all right. Let's move on. Also sure, why not? In yet another donation aimed at fueling the Bitcoin ecosystem, Jackington Dorseyson is doling out $5 million to a company called Brink, B-R-I-N-K, a crucial funder of open source developers in the Bitcoin space. The $5 million will be given to Brink over the course of 5 years. That is $1 million per year. The funds will be donated to a company that basically started out around the time when Coco Roro was around. Brink grants make it possible for core developers supporting the world's largest cryptocurrency like Fabian Yar to work on the network full time. So I don't know what's going on. Usually donation news has to do with the cleaning of a public image. If you look at a multi-millionaire and or a billionaire who announces that they're going to be donating money, it's usually to make it seem to the public as if this person, hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing, I'm trying to help out people. Jack Dorsey just loves Bitcoin, so I assume this is just a Bitcoin focused kind of thing. But the last couple of weeks we are getting a majority of like donation news and like fund news. There was just the news about the new Cardano community fund to help out projects. There was someone else who just donated $10 million to Bitcoin developers. What was the other one? It's kind of all we like. The XRP news seems to be dwindling down, but at the same exact time, we're getting other news stories of like, hey, look how much money I have. Look how much money I gave them. And it's like, cool, that's something that people do. So I would like to, how do I say this? I think it's fascinating that over the years, we've seen an enormous amount of people donating to different cryptocurrency projects. And I do wonder if it does something. Does it help the ecosystem? Or is it simply money that's given to a company who is like, oh yeah, we'll build something, and then nothing comes to fruition? Or is it things like people making ETHscriptions? I always wonder where the money goes. If you look at a lot of donations in charities, a lot of times you realize they don't even go down a rabbit hole. They just simply go into someone's pocket and that person walks out of the room. That's the Jack Dorsey is going to be donating $5 million to Bitcoin developers. Sounds like what Jack Dorsey would do because he likes Bitcoin a lot. Okay, let's move on. Also in what? Elon Muskingson is reportedly denying owning any Dogecoin. Elon Musk says he does not own any Dogecoin at all in a lawsuit that alleges he manipulated the price of the meme coin. For those of you who were not here a couple of years ago, Dogecoin is a joke. And listen to my words. This coin was created by a guy as a joke. He wanted to have fun and yada yada. I think 1 million new coins are created per day. It's something insane. Like, you can Google how many Dogecoin are created per day. It's something nonsensical. His idea was he wanted to make a coin that would be fun for everyone, fun for the community. And no one really took it seriously. At some point, we started hearing, what was it? Anyway, Elon Musk at some point got into the cryptocurrency space. He started posting like images of Dogecoin and yada yada, and was talking about how much he loves it, how cool he thinks the community actually is. It was alleged multiple times. I cannot find the video for you. I have over 2,600 videos. I can't find it. If you were here before, you remember this. It was alleged that at some point Elon Musk went up to Bitcoin developers and basically tried to get them to give him control of the project, saying like he was the head of whatever for Bitcoin. It was alleged then that they said, no, that's not how this works. And he got angry, allegedly, and went somewhere else. Allegedly, after that, he allegedly went to the Dogecoin developers. And the news story that we got is that some kind of a partnership, some type of a friendship, something took place where he then began to talk about how much he loved Dogecoin. This was all over the place, everywhere, nonstop. You definitely saw it. You know that in some way, Elon Musk is lightly affiliated with Dogecoin. We've all seen the news over the last couple of years. We've all been here. However, during the course of all of this going on, people began to then believe that this man who is constantly talking about Dogecoin, who's posting photos of it, didn't he get a Shiba Inu? He was wearing shirts of it. He was seen at football games, basketball games, all over the games, wearing Dogecoin t-shirts. Every time for a good month and some change that he would post anything about Dogecoin on Twitter, the price would rise. We have a big announcement. He would post a photo of a Doge, the price would go up. We were all there. We saw it. I said in a couple of videos, and I was not the only one, I was like, hey, he needs to watch out because the SEC is definitely watching. This was 2019, 2020, 2021, because they had already said before that a number of coins looked like securities to them because of the manipulation in the market or whatever the SEC was saying. And this is why we saw Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, and many other people step back from the space because they realized that their words had huge effects on the market. We also heard this from Vitalik Buterin years ago. He said that he's going to eventually leave Ethereum. And when he said that, the price of the coin actually fell because for some reason people can't separate human being from blockchain that runs on its own. But alas. So a number of people have come forward and said that they don't like what Elon Musk, or what they alleged that Elon Musk did, and therefore they have a lawsuit against them. However, in a shocking turn of events, it appears as if Elon Musk has stated, or his lawyers have stated, that he actually holds no Dogecoin at all, which is a gigantic head scratch because I also assumed this man had a very large amount of Dogecoin. Why would you be talking about something that you have none of? It literally just doesn't. Anyway, in a letter reportedly reviewed by the New York Post, Alex Spiro, Musk's lawyer, says that the plaintiff's allegations about their client owning a Dogecoin wallet are incorrect and baseless. He said, "You specifically allege without basis that the following wallets belong to defendants. You are wrong." Musk, a longtime advocate of the Dogecoin-themed meme coin, was originally sued in June of 2022 by a group of disgruntled Doge owners who claim that their financial losses were due to Musk manipulating the price of the coin. Earlier this month, the plaintiffs sought to amend their complaint, accusing Musk of using Twitter posts, his appearance on Saturday Night Live, SNL, and other methods such as paying influencers to promote Doge so he could profit from the rising price. They also claim that Elon Musk sold around $124 million worth of the coin after its price skyrocketed 30% following his decision to temporarily change Twitter's icon Bluebird into Dogecoin. I remember that when that happened as well. Yeah, this is, as you might have imagined, quite popular news. I assume his lawyers are going to fight tooth and nail and boot and hat and measuring tape as much as they possibly can against all of this. I do myself find it quite fascinating that the news that we are getting now is that he owns no Dogecoin at all, like not even one, especially after, from what I have seen, years of promoting and talking about this coin, talking about he was going to add it on to Twitter and people would be able to use it. And did it happen? I don't remember. What was the thing with Dogecoin and Tesla or SpaceX? You were able to buy like a hat or something. I don't remember, keychains, or it's always been something. So yeah, I mentioned years ago when Elon Musk got into our space, I said red flag, and I know that a lot of people liked, that's with a D at the end of it, liked him. And I will continue to try my darndest when I personally see something that doesn't sit right with me in the cryptocurrency space. I'm going to let you know because I believe that there are a lot of people who are in crypto who may not have crypto's best interest in mind when they are in the market. So I will continue to try and do my best to bring you the most honest news as I personally can. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. I do sincerely hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be on this weird planet. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.